I did cocaine with a substitute, and that's all. That's as far as I got. We just.
How old were you?
I was maybe 18, maybe like the year I graduated high school. We were doing coke with one of our substitutes.
And was he a homosexual or not?
No, it was a chick.
It was a woman.
Yeah, she was
just subs are the end, dude.
What class?
She was an English sub, so she was an idiot.
Yeah.
So she wasn't smart. She was just probably trying to go out and sniff some coke and, fuck her way into the lower middle class. She was fuck her way into a little Levitt house in Long Island. Good woman.
If I come to you right now, let's go back. You're a mortgage broker in Long Island. I meet you in a diner, which is you call your office.
The Imperial Diner in Freeport. Absolutely
yeah,
phenomenal.
Yeah, you go.
We got to make it real.
Yeah.
So it's the Imperial Diner in Freeport on Merrick Road.
Yeah, you say meet me at the office, and I hear you hang up.
We'll spill hot coffee on you by mistake and look at you and go.
Yeah. And when you tell me to meet you at your office, I hear the clang of a payphone when you hang up.
Yeah.
And so I meet you at your office. I come in. I say, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Mr. Dillon. Me and my wife just got married. I'm a comedian. I saved up about $80K. She wants to live. We're having a baby. She wants to live on the island.
Mr. Pop, I'm very glad.
Can I get a loan?
Not only can you get a loan, but let me tell you something.
Yeah.
How much of that $80K are you prepared to spend on the property?
I don't know, Mr. Dillon. I'm a pretty conservative guy. I saved every single dollar from my more recent shows.
How much are you prepared to spend?
Hold on, let me go into Maurice's brain.
No. Of that $80,000, how much would you like to spend? Are you willing to spend all of it?
I'm willing to spend about 60 or 70 of it.
Mr. Pappas, guess how much of that 80 you're gonna have to spend?
How much?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. You're not gonna spend anything because let me explain something to you. Sit down. The wife is lovely. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Can I
Mr. Pappas.
Can I get pancakes while I'm here?
Yeah, you can get anything. The bricks and sticks of your house.
Yeah.
Appreciate. The frame, the land. They appreciate and value. You know what your money does in your house for you, Mr. Pappas? It does absolutely nothing. You know what the wealthiest people do with real estate, Mr. Pappas? A lot of them finance it. Why? Because your mortgage is your only tax write-off. It is the only write-off. It is your only fucking weapon against the federal government. The larger the loan you take, the better it is for you financially. And you take that $80,000 and I'm not wrong, by the way, and you put, well, I'm a little, and you put it in tax-exempt securities like Roth IRAs. Mr. Pappas, you maximize the amount of tax-exempt retirement accounts that you put your money in with that $80,000. You make it work for you. You do not sink it into a house. Yes or yes? So the reality is this. We're taking the biggest loan possible. That, Mr. Pappas, will set you free. Now sign this piece of paper for Christ. And at that point, you and your wife are crying.
Yeah.
And then we sign papers, and you go die.
But how do you get the loan from the bank? They're
Well,
giving them away.
back in the day, what are we doing? We're talking about now or back in the day?
No, back in the day.
Yeah,
Back in the day, I go to the bank. I said, Kelly, we got one. And Kelly, I said, Mr. Pappas and his wife Brittany's from Long Island. They want to go buy a piece of marble hunk of shit. And Kelly has got Coke running down her nose from last night. She's got a fucking double tall non-fat latte from Starbucks non-fat. She's not kidding anyone.
When did you start doing comedy?
2010.
What made you get up?
What made me do it the first time?
Yeah.
I was in the mortgage business, and in 2009...
College educated?
No, dropped out of community college to do Percocet and sell subprime mortgages in Long Island, which I still believe is what I will return to. I believe stand-up is a sabbatical from my true calling, which is to work in a strip mall and have great lunches, serious lunches, and take Percocet and telemarket mortgages in the tri-state area. It's nice to watch people look at a lot of your guests and go, will they be people that I know in 5 years, or will they be dead in the street? And that's what I like about, that's what this show really is. People are going, hey, I wonder if that guy will be a household name, or will they find him dead in a hotel room in Tampa? We don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
It's definitely Florida.
It's just what the show is. I need to go. The View is it's one of the worst. First of all, when I grew up, daytime TV was about like seasonal cupcake recipes.
Yeah.
why are we doing the Holocaust at 11 a.m.? It's 11 in the morning. Why are we doing the Holocaust? Calm down. Daytime TV is for people to get into the day, ease into the day. Little coffee, get the toast out. You know, we don't need to be doing genocide early. Like, relax.
Yeah.
It's gotten crazy now.
We have an Anxiety Tuesday segment on this podcast where we talk about mental health, what you do to help your mental health in a positive way. Do you do anything? Do you have an affirmation, or do you meditate, or do you walk? What do you do?
When I get anxious,
Yeah.
and when I feel like things aren't going well for me, and I feel like I'm feeling panicky.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is literally, and I'm recommending this to everyone because, and I'm not joking. I'm not even kidding. And you go, oh, he's going to have a joke at the end of this. But I'm dead serious about this. Literally, when I feel like I can't go on anymore, I do something which people do, and I didn't even know that it helped anxiety. And it's called heroin. I do heroin.
Yes.
And it is so helpful to me because you're in a state of euphoria. Your eyes roll back in your head and you're kind of like not even on the planet anymore. And you feel like you're floating. And it's been described as the most intense orgasm you've ever had times a million, right?
Wow.
It's just endless feelings of euphoria, true euphoria that you can't really get from walking or meditating. You can't get to there. Like a lot of people say you can. They're full of shit. Heroin, black tar, China white, whatever it is. You have to shoot it, and you can't skin pop.
Okay.
You have to mainline. So you have to find a vein.
Yes.
And then you have to inject it deep into your vein.
Okay.
But here's how good it is. Halfway through the injection, it's over. And then sometimes you don't even have the strength to pull the needle out of your hand. So you just kind of lay like that with the needle, and then you're like, you fidget with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I
Talk with Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin DM'd me on Instagram, and he wants me to do his podcast, and I was like, absolutely, I'm honored.
I can't wait till you find out it's Stephen Baldwin that did it.
It's
gonna
very
be so
interesting
much
because
fun. I'm gonna get a call from you later today. It's gonna be you and fucking Stephen Baldwin.
It's actually, what's interesting is like he's had issues in the past couple of months.
Alec?
Well, you shot the woman on the set.
Yeah.
And it was an accident.
Was it?
This is what I am understood to believe.
Yes.
You know,
But do you believe it?
yeah, I don't think he would shoot somebody.
She like a new age Avril Lavigne. Remember her?
Oh yeah, she
Skater
did
boy?
say that she likes Avril Lavigne. I think
Is Avril Lavigne no longer a hit? She's just kind of.
Oh, I mean, Avril
People
Lavigne
think
is
she
like,
died, and then she had like
forget
some
it.
medical issue.
Best case, she died. That's the best case. Avril Lavigne is dead. I mean,
She's
God
not,
only
though.
knows.
There's a rumor.
She's probably in a Ralph's right now shooting heroin. You know?
Things haven't worked out.
Yeah.
Do you know she got super sick?
With what?
Fame? I don't know.
Reality? Yeah. There was this disease called people moving on.
No, she had
Real
Lyme.
bad.
She had Lyme
She
disease.
caught it. It was fatal. Told me to go. I think he did it to see what it feels like to take a human life.
Yeah.
I would like to not believe that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. There's clearly nobody on his team that wants him to do a
said that
podcast.
to you?
I literally forgot who it
There's
was.
no way you can forget who said that.
No, but I do forget. Somebody said that. They go, I think it would be that he would just try to see, like, at this point in his life, he's like, I've done it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does this feel like?
Yeah.
Do I want to come after?
Yeah.
Do I feel sad? There's no way anyone on his team is jazzed about him doing a podcast,
Tim,
right?
did you say that?
I didn't say it, no.
Are you
I
sure?
would have said I said it.
Tim?
It might have been Giannis. I forgot.
Just throw it on. Yeah. We have Tim Dillon here.
Yes. Thank you. Good to be
I
here.
heard you put the call in to get Whoopi out of there.
I did. Because I wanted her to take a time out and have a think, and I wanted her replaced with Roseanne. Bring back Roseanne.
Right.
Yes.
How about that? Who is Jewish.
Okay.
And then that's a nice trade-off.
Wait, is she Jewish?
Roseanne is very Jewish.
So she's been moonlighting as this Midwestern housewife this whole time.
Oh
yeah,
my
but
God.
she's like super into Israel, super Jewish.
Oh my God.
So we get Whoopi out.
Okay.
Take a chill pill. Take a break. Read the Torah. Whatever you have to do. Go to a few bagel shops. Listen to people.
Is that the atonement?
Do some listening. Little locks and listening tour. And then bring Roseanne in, who's criminally insane. but Jewish and fun.
Yeah.
And she'll go on about QAnon and stuff like that, and it'll just make it a fun show for 2 weeks.
So we fix the show.
That's how to
That's
fix
your goal.
Well, the real way to fix the show is to destroy it. And to
This
put
seems
everyone
to be your solution with most things.
Most things do.
So that's my question. Is it better just to stay home, find work, and just struggle if you have to? Or is it better to travel, miss out on family time, but get better pay? Yeah, gang, gang. Buzz, nigga. Buzz, nigga.
Gang, play boys. Well, let's start. We can start with Brendan here because Brendan's missed half of his children's life to be fucking performing in Boise next week. So, what do you say, Brendan?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the pandemic made me realize I toured too much, man. So I cut it down to 2 weekends a month moving forward. I used to do 3 to 4.
Right.
But, so I cut it down to 2, so I'm around my kids more. But Theo, you don't have to. I mean, you just own a fucking backpack, so you can tour all year long.
Yeah, that's true, man. You're right. I think what this guy is saying is, first of all, I like where this guy's at. This is the kind of guy you need help with. We don't need to be storming a Capitol. We need to storm AT&T. We need to storm fucking Dunkin' Donuts headquarters. We need to storm Zabara. We need to store tech is the new fossil fuels, guys. Okay, yeah. And so we need to be storming places that it hits them in the wallet.
God,
now this guy's question
PayPal.
is: should he
work
or raise his family?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Sorry, I kind of diverted. What do you say there,
Well,
Tim?
that's his question. Should he work or raise his family?
Yeah.
Well, I would think that he could, maybe both.
Yes. Find a happy balance.
I mean, that might be a good idea. Like this guy, I think he wants us to co-sign his decision of like just abandoning his family so he could fucking fix cell phone towers. I'm like, dude, you got to check in on the fam every now and then, you know.
Yeah, maybe
I mean,
chill
it's
out
the
on
craziest. It's the crazy. There was a lot of fun in that crack house.
I hear.
There were a lot of positive people. I mean genuinely positive.
I know you mean this, though.
Genuinely,
mean
genuinely grateful and positive people. Like, there were people there that if you gave them a cigarette would act like you paid for their college. This question I've ever heard. He's like, hey guys, I work a lot and I travel. I want to know, do I still have to talk to my family? It's like, yeah, dude.
I'm putting up all these 5G towers, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my son in 3 years.
Yeah. Do I technically have to like see and speak to my family? I mean, I have a job. Why would I? Yeah, dude, do both.
Yeah, that's not a bad thought. That's a decent suggestion, Tim.
Were you ever?
I gave him money.
Did you ever?
I bought a subprime mortgage. I bought a house with a subprime mortgage.
You did?
Yeah. So when you look in their face, you see that there's nothing there. So I just sat on the bus, and this Russian woman said to me, she goes, "You give tour, you fat fuck." I said, "Listen to the automated tour." I said, "I'm not doing it today. You're the only people on the bus." She goes, I pay money, you give tour. You give tour. And I said, no, because I could put it on the automated when I was being lazy. And the automated would be like, and the automated was supposed to be hooked up with a GPS, but it was never where it should be. So we'd be by Central Park, and they'd be like, you are seeing the 9/11 memorial. And everybody would look out, like, where's 9/11? You know, they had no idea because the GPS. These companies don't care because these buses, there's no repeat business.
Right.
You just, you bang them. Bill Burr has a great thing where he talks about the guys who sell tickets to these buses. They're all Africans and Haitians, and they all have deep machete scars in their faces. They make $8 or $9 grand a month, and they send that all back to Africa. I think Burr, I haven't heard of it, but Burr, somebody told me that Burr either talks about it on a podcast or does a bit about it, but they're aggressive salesmen. They'll fight each other in the street.
Did you ever get to did you ever have somebody, whatever, who's, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but applying, and you looked at their stuff and you're like, there's no way we can give this guy anything?
Well, the worst one we had was a guy who was clearly like had dementia or didn't know where he was, and his son wanted to open up a strip club in Miami, and his son just took all the money out of his house, and we were sitting at the closing, and we're signing papers, and this old guy's like struggling to sign papers, and his son is like, keep signing, Daddy, it's almost over. And the closing attorney said, I'm not really comfortable with this, and I'm like, yeah, it ain't great, but you know. I mean, at that point, you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Vasquezes. But there again, it's a guy that came to me. He's like, my father's, you know, an old guy. I want to suck all the money out of his house and go open up a strip club. It's like, all right.
How's that strip club doing?
You know, I don't know, Tom, but if I was a betting man,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
I bet that's a great business.
I
though.
think
I
it is,
really do.
and
I love sales. I miss it, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love sitting in a room with uneducated people, calling people over the phone and trying to build an empire.
I grew up with real music.
Jadakiss is the best.
My father and mother used to play Jadakiss around the house.
I was
They loved
conceived.
the Locks. My father and mother loved the Locks. They were just an Irish Catholic family, and they loved the Locks.
They love the Locks, yeah.
And I just grew up with like going to concerts. Like I remember we went to the United Palace, which was a theater in Harlem, and we saw Jadakiss, Noriega, Styles P, Foxy Brown, and he, you know, Styles P, that song, I Get High, everybody was just smoking weed. Like,
Yeah.
those were good times.
You were mom. That was a
Now,
family
like
outing.
rap concerts, in the middle of it, they tell you to vote.
Yeah, no.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? Does anything feel less cool in the middle of a concert? People being like, "Are you registered?" It's like,
Yeah.
what?
No, dude.
Do you have a voting
Could you
plan?
imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine, like a Jay-Z concert or like a freaking R.I.P. DMX concert?
Yeah.
They put out a video of Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want that.
Ghosts at the Comedy Store. I'm currently watching the Ghost Adventures episode, and they're at the Comedy Store. So yeah, you guys ever had anything happen to you guys? But can you sing it? Gang, gang, ghost.
Go on, you guys go first.
I will say, in terms of just creepy things at the
you feel
Comedy
it right
Store,
away.
I felt like a weird, like a banshee. You know what a banshee is?
Yeah.
It's like an Irish, like
No, you
I
don't,
felt like
Brendan.
a weird, like feminine energy that was very like chaotic and bad and dark and evil.
That's
coming
Whitney.
down
That
the
was Whitney.
stairs one day, and it was Whitney Cummings. So that's. So you got to be very careful. That's what I'm saying. They're closing all the parking garages in New York now at midnight because homeless people, I guess, are just walking down into them, and they're like, "Hey, this is a fun cave.
Yeah.
What could happen here?
Yeah.
I like cars.
Yeah.
You know, like I imagine like homeless people like there's a cave full of luxury cars 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
We don't have to be in the rain tonight.
Right.
And so they are closing those at midnight. So then me and my opener, we get back and we're driving around the city trying to find a spot. Everything's just weird, man. We went into a bodega at like 1. We're like standing there. There's a homeless woman in there begging for tea. The dude's like, it's your 3rd tea. And then you're looking at 2 guys that are kind of walking around the bodega and you're like, something feels off. Like, are they about to whip a gun out? Am I just paranoid because of the news? Nobody's out at night. New York City used to be, and I lived there for years.
Bumping, dude.
3 a.m. I'd be in a diner yelling at people
Yeah.
about how fucked this business was. You know,
Yeah.
I have been denied the amount of bitter, resentful bile that came out of my mouth as marinara sauce was flying out of it, mozzarella stick bites, just being like, the denial, this bitch gets a special. Just nasty, real horror. I wasted so much in New York. Like, I loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But, like, just the amount of time I spent walking around being angry and not in awe of what an amazing city it was. Like, my opener, he paints this picture of, like, it's so amazing. He's like, it's just so easy to meet girls and you're dating and you're just there. You guys can go get margaritas. And I'm like, but what about all the hatred? Like, didn't you just walk around every day consumed with a darkness in you didn't know how to get rid of? He's like, well, not really, no. He's like, I was dating, and I'm like, but what about the late nights on the roof of your building smoking a cigarette, cursing God? I love it there. It's one of those things, man. It's like old people have Facebook. That's where you go.
Yeah.
That's where you go to scream into the void, talk about your knee operation.
Yes.
Talk about Donald Trump. Talk about dead animals. Talk
Scream
about
into the void.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it is. That's what you're there. That's what it's for. I miss it a little. Never live there again because me and New York have that relationship where we destroy each other. I was a tour guide. I ruined people's lives. I ruined vacations that people had saved up their entire life to come to New York.
Somebody parked a Volkswagen Rabbit on this guy's leg one time outside of our schoolhouse, and I saw a virgin fucking lift it right off his leg.
Wild. Yo.
And this was in fucking, who knows when it was.
Every scene is from like the movie Powder. Every scene, it's amazing.
What are you talking about?
Every scene of your life.
Stories like that?
I've never seen a virgin pick up a car.
Yeah.
They pick up AK-47s now. That's the problem. Virgins now are picking up AR-15s. Hopefully they start picking up cars again. That would be nice.
They need to start
That'd be
passing
great.
out some pussy then, bro.
I agree with you.
Because they're shutting down all the pussy, bro. That's who's doing it.
That's right. We got a virgin right here.
Let's hear this young woman.
This
or
is the
man.
farthest thing from a basic bitch question.
What's up, Theo? This question's for all three of you guys. You can't leave the room until you...
Buddy, we can't thank you enough for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Love the hoodie, polo. Look at him.
This is a 3XL from DXL.
Yes, sir.
Who does not sponsor me, but should. And what's great about when they make clothing for fat people is they go, why do we make it loud? And let's give them fatigues because they're not in the military and can't be. But if they feel everything is the military when you're at a certain weight, everything is an obstacle course.
Serve it, yeah.
So they have this, and I don't know if you noticed, but these are polo horses.
I did
in
notice
the
that.
camo.
Wow, that's
pretty classy.
Yeah. Oh, it's classy. It's real DJ Khaled.
I got another one.
Yeah.
Form a human centipede. What's the order gonna be?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, my God. Shit. What are you
So
on?
complex.
What website are you on, man?
These are our fans.
Yeah. These are people coming in from 8chan to discuss.
It's 4chan now, dude.
Right. They took 4 away.
Well, you're eating cleanest, so I would probably say you up top.
Yeah.
Man.
Tight.
You're up front.
I got to go in the back because I have the least amount of going on in my career.
That's true of the caboose, dude.
Yeah, I have the least amount going on. My manager would be like, you're lucky to be there. You eat who's ever asked. They tell you to eat. Don't start any problems. York, to just see it. And I would grab the microphone and I'd go, this city sucks and I am dying in this city. I have nothing and everyone I know has nothing. Everyone. I said, I know some of the most talented people and they're getting nowhere. And people were like, this is really, we just want to see the Lion King. We just want to see the Lion King.
Were you doing bus tours?
Yeah, double-decker bus tours. I would stand on the bus and I would just go out there and I would tell people, I would say, they'd be like, it seems like you have such a fun job. I say, ask Winter. You know how many operations Winter's had on her foot? 6. She's had 6 foot operations. She's 68 years old. Okay? She doesn't want to show you Carnegie Hall anymore. She wants the long sleep. Like, it was such... It was bad. It happens, dude.
Money doesn't make everything. It really just doesn't make everything great, you know?
No, it doesn't.
It helps sometimes.
It helps things, yeah. What they say, somebody said it helped make you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. So that's what somebody said.
Right. That's a poor person saying that. That's a homeless person's idea of what money is. You get cool and warm. It's like, no, there's many other things you get. That's an insane, that's like the lowest level of what money can do.
Do you think
you get water when you're thirsty and food when you're hungry?
I don't know if those songs are going to last.
This is what all old people say. You know what I'm saying? They're
Have
like,
you seen the
back
new
in
video,
The day, like Ed Sheeran's a fucking monster.
No, he is. That's
yeah,
true.
literally. He's
It's
a
not that
monster.
there
He's a
is-
literal monster from...
No, he looks like he lives under a bridge.
This is what I love about, like, this is, and you'll understand this because you've been in the business for a long time. Like, Ed Sheeran's a guy that fucks everybody up who just goes, well, yeah, man, you just got to be hot. You just got to be hot and you'll succeed. Yeah. And then you see that bridge troll selling out arenas.
With
And
his
you're like,
eye?
oh, nothing means anything. Everything's chaos. I don't even know
Yeah.
what.
Well, he's
Like,
good. He's legitimately
He's good, but it's like, it would make you feel better if you look like Shawn Mendes, so you could go, well, of course.
Yeah.
But then you look at this guy, you're like, oh, I guess anyone can succeed. Literally anyone. I mean, he looks like a Make-A-Wish kid who didn't die, and
I love when like
the cops that aren't heroes. Can we cut it? Stop with the hero shit, by the way.
Yeah.
No one's a hero. No one's a
Nobody's a
hero.
hero.
Cops, nurses, military, firefighters. No one's a hero. We all have jobs. Yes. Stop with this horse shit. Heroes are from fictional narratives and books and odysseys and stuff. You're a hero when you fucking start doing it for free. It's your job. Yes, you saved a woman in a laundromat because you're an EMT. You're not a hero. Shut up. I hate this shit.
I hate it.
Heroes. Nurses during Corona, they started acting like they had no idea anyone would get sick. You're a nurse. I'm sorry you didn't get to just hang around stealing Percocet and you had to do your fucking job.
I tried to get I had a publicist for like 25 minutes, and I fired her after she 2 weeks after I did Rogan. She texted me. She went, "You did Rogan?" So
you're like,
then
all right, I gotta go.
I said, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Also, she asked me to her ex-boyfriend who had blocked her on Facebook. She wanted me to go and look what relationship status he was in. So I said she might not be the most professional.
And this,
this was a real person.
And she was charging you real fees. Like this
She was charging me money, and I had to say no to her. And but she said, she goes, "I'm going to try to get you like this was a fact." She was trying to get me like she wanted Megabus to endorse me because this was like when I used to take Megabuses to shows, like not currently, but like I had a bit about it in my act, like Megabus. So she goes, "We'd like, I would love, we'd love to get
a Megabus
to get you and Megabus in business
Wait,
together."
explain Megabus to people.
Well,
who don't
Megabus
know.
is just, it's the bus that passes you by and it goes, "For $1, get on."
Yeah.
And it's never $1, but it's always like, it's
right.
As the buses go, it's
Yeah.
a pretty good option. It's like
Right.
a double decker. It's college kids, old people, hippies. It's not that bad. It's not like Greyhound, and then it starts to fall off a little bit. It gets really bad. Lucky Star, like they get real bad.
They get bad.
They get bad. But Megabus was one that I would take a lot. And she goes, I said, this was her quote. She goes, "It'd be great to get you in business with a
Megabus.
brand like Megabus." So I'm still open to that. Like, I'm still open.
What was your response to that?
Great. Because that's what this business does to you.
Yeah.
You're like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I will advertise anything. So eventually I quit that job because I was like, I got to get out of the sales world, which I'd been in since I was 22, 21, really. I had been in sales. And then I left it when I was like 28. I just on and off, just mortgages and then copiers. I've always been in sales. And then the only job, I saw guys like on a tour bus and they were just yelling at tourists on a bus that was going through Times Square. And I was like, well, that guy can't have a boss. There can't be any background check to do that job. These tour guides in New York, they were lunatics, these people, One woman, I swear to God, would just go on and talk about a knee operation. And the people in there were trying to learn about the Empire State Building. She would say, she would hear it. She'd go, "I've had 9 operations on the same foot." But people would tip her at the end. It was like, she was an animal, but people felt bad for her. So they fill the tip cup up at the end. So I was like, oh, these people are also in their own way con artists, degenerates, marginalized figures from society. Some of them thought they were historians. Some of them, they were all full of shit. These guys, they barely knew anything. I was just like, I'll go up there and my whole goal was like, I'll make everybody laugh. So I would, pass a building and be like, what the fuck's going on in there? I'm like, I was like,
What were you making doing that?
15 an hour. 15 an hour, but checks, so that's bad. So 40-hour work weeks, I never left with a check over $350. Okay? But cash tips every day of either no money when I was lazy and didn't want to give the tour, and a Russian woman punched me in the stomach once. Because we were sitting on the thing. It was first of all the Russians are poor. They come in January, February. They have no fucking money. They're poor. They come the coldest time of the year. And you'd have to do a tour for one Russian couple. And the thing with Russians is they have beautiful blue eyes like huskies, but they have no souls. So when you see, because they have 100 years of atheism, so they have no soul. So there's not,